There was always a little magic in carrying it around. On the outside, you could show off your favorite show. Unlocking it signaled lunchtime, food, friendship, and fun. While the lunchbox has evolved over the years, the love of the lunchbox remains the same. Let's take a look at the history of this American classic. Early on in the mid-1800s, farmers and industrial workers realized that not going home for lunch saved time, and the metal containers, often a recycled tobacco tin or other metal container, protected their food from getting smushed. By the turn of the century, school children, emulating their fathers, fashioned their own lunchboxes out of similar metal tins or pails. The first commercial metal lunchboxes looked like metal picnic baskets. That's a bit of an upgrade from the empty tobacco tin some kids used to pack their lunch in. Mickey Mouse was the first popular character to appear on the side of a tin lunchbox in 1935, but there still wasn't a big market for kids' lunchboxes yet. But World War II ushered in some changes to American schools and school children. Smaller schools consolidated into bigger ones, making them farther from home. The School Lunch Act made school cafeterias more prevalent, and more women went into the workforce. The metal lunchbox was virtually indestructible, preserving the lunch it protected, but stymieing industrial growth. Then, in 1950, Nashville-based Aladdin Industries struck gold. They paired the popularity of TV with their metal lunchboxes. They painted a lunchbox red and added a picture of TV and radio cowboy Hopalong Cassidy. It was a huge success. They sold 600,000 units in their first year. Other companies hopped on the bandwagon. In 1953, American Thermos featured Roy Rogers and Dale Evans on their lunchboxes. Soon, all sorts of new TV shows and movies were represented on school lunchboxes. Lunchbox makers paid for the rights to use the TV show on their box, and the studios got more exposure for their shows. It was a genius marketing move, creating more demand for your own product. Kids begged their parents for a new, updated lunchbox each year. Thus, the statement lunchbox was born. Children had a new form of self-expression. Over 450 decorated models translated into more than 120 million metal lunchboxes sold between 1950 and 1970. for a brief experiment with cheap vinyl ones, metal lunchboxes dominated the scene until the 1980s, when molded plastic took over for the industry. Plastic was far cheaper to manufacture, and this would be the beginning of the end for the metal version. Aladdin stopped their lunchbox production in 1998. Thermos, however, is still making them today. Alan Woodall Jr. owns the Lunchbox Museum in Columbus, Georgia. He's got thousands on display there and says that the early Space and Superman varieties could be worth up to $10,000 each. Do you remember your first lunchbox? Do you remember the sound of the clasp, the rattle of the handle when you set it down? Do you remember swapping food and sharing laughter with your friends? Your favorite show, movie, or musician? Who knew something as simple as bringing your lunch to school or to work could usher in so many memories? Thanks for watching Memory Mountain. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up button. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we post our next story looking back over the landscape of Americana.